New tonight at 10, former employees of Tavern on LaGrange are speaking out tonight against their former boss, and it's all over money. Several investors with the company's owner are speaking out as well with similar issues, and they're pointing the finger at businessman Gregory Perkins and his wife Tiffany, and they're now taking legal action. In a story you'll only see on NBC5, Evrod Cassimy explains what happened.
I'm owed a substantial amount of money.
Antonio Barnes is a former manager at the popular Tavern on LaGrange in South Suburban Countryside. He's one of several former employees and investors that are at odds with the former owner of the company. He shared this wage claim with us that he filed with the Illinois Department of Labor against Tavern on LaGrange, Tiffany Perkins, and her husband, Gregory Perkins. They bought the business in February of 2020.
I devoted a ton of time in here, and I have friends that invested money.
Friends like Anita Bennett, who invested $150,000 with Perkins' company, and Alan Slovic, who invested $100,000. In a statement to NBC5 News, Bennett says, "They gave me 2 bogus checks for payments towards the $150,000 that I invested and loaned. They since avoided me. I want my money back and them held accountable." Bennett invested money into another business Perkins was starting. She claims the bank wouldn't cash these checks Perkins gave her for repayment from their promissory note because the funds weren't there. Gregory Perkins sat down with me for an exclusive interview.
Have those investors gotten their money back?
They have not.
Why not?
Well, those businesses closed.
He tells me that COVID impacted all the businesses he owned. He was leaning on his real estate business for extra cash, but that also took a hit when tenants couldn't pay. There was a moratorium on evictions in September of 2020.
I had mortgages totaling more than about $50,000 to $60,000 a month. And when people stopped paying, I was unable to pay.
Even with the moratorium lifted, it was too late, and the real estate he owned would go into foreclosure. He and his wife filed for bankruptcy in 2023 and 2024. He tells us his own home is in foreclosure, and some cars were repossessed, and he's behind on payments on others.
Over the last couple of days, I've had some very weird thoughts, just very weird thoughts about what my life has turned into.
Barnes, who left the business in August of 2023, is not buying it. While he filed a complaint with the Department of Labor, Bennett and Slovic filed lawsuits in Cook County Circuit Court.
What do you want to say to people who would call you a crook?
I have never taken one single dime from Tavern on LaGrange and put it in my personal pocket.
There were attempts made at a settlement between Perkins and Barnes, as evident in this offer letter. Those talks eventually fell through. Today, Perkins' daughter has part ownership of the company. Perkins is now consulting, and his wife is back working at a hospital. He insists all bounced payroll checks have been paid. Still, he's unsure of the financial road ahead for him personally. And Gregory Perkins told me that he plans to pay back each and every person that he owes money. As to when that will happen and when that could happen, that's still unknown. In Countryside, Evrod Cassimy, NBC5 News.